And just with the time that we've got remaining, I'd like to ask all of our panelists briefly for their key takeaways or their final thoughts. Mark, we heard from you first. Would you like to give us a couple of your final thoughts from today's presentation?
Yeah, maybe I'll just acknowledge that I think there's a lot of agreement between Miguel's view of this and mine, which is that there's a very strong defense, but I also think there's a lot of people that are going to be facing litigation. And I think if you do change earlier, particularly if you're one of the plans that have adopted, and the plans we work with uniformly have these, a period of limitations for bringing claims that's less than would apply under the contract statute of limitations. And so, for example, maybe it's only 2 years. The sooner you do make a change, the period that is subject to challenge is beginning to shrink. And so the relative target that you represent begins to shrink. The motivation that plaintiffs have to sue you, if you look at the case that has been brought, they're big companies that have the kind of amounts involved that can make them riper targets. Being a smaller target can be worthwhile.
Thank you so much. Scott, we then heard from you. Would you like to give us a couple of your final thoughts from today?
Yeah, I would say that even though the actuarial assumptions or plan factors used in the plan may appear to be dated, the analysis of the reasonableness of those assumptions is rather nuanced. And I believe that a review by an independent actuary with the assistance of legal counsel can be a valuable exercise to either gain comfort with the plan factors or identify where updates may be worth considering.
Thank you so much. And finally, Miguel, would you like to give us a few of your key takeaways from today?
Sure. I agree with Mark. I won't repeat his, but I'll just give you something that I'll be looking for going forward. One will be sort of where else these next cases are filed. But more important than that, I think we're going to start looking to, I'll be on the lookout for settlements. If a lot of these plans start settling, especially for relatively large dollar amounts, then I think Mark is right that the wave will get bigger. I think if the plans that have been sued stick it out and start getting some favorable decisions on their part, the wave will be a lot less.